And number 10, Cara Delevigne. Cara Delevigne has sparked major concern after the paparazzi captured photos of the star outside the airport, and the star was pictured wearing no shoes and her hair was pretty tangled. After reportedly getting kicked off of Jay-Z's plane, Cara has sparked so much concern that even her family is talking about some kind of intervention for the model so she can get the help she needs. Previously, Cara was diagnosed with ADHD, which could explain her recent behavior. However, there is a pattern we've been seeing with her lately, and it can't be dismissed so easily. In the past, she has admitted to dabbling with substances at the start of her career, so it could be a relapse we're seeing. Either way, if the star is in any kind of trouble, she definitely has a number of devoted friends and relatives to call on, or who will reach out to get her help through this tough time. And number 9, we have Kanye West. Kanye West's behavior has been truly concerning to watch over the last couple of weeks, and we kinda have to feel bad for the guy. The drama all started when Kim Kardashian went public with her relationship with Pete Davidson back in 2021. During this time, Kanye has had several public outbursts, most recently on social media related to Kim's and Pete's relationship. However, Kanye has also been making headlines for his anti-Semitic actions and posts, which has led to a lot of companies like Adidas and Gap to end their partnership with him, and Instagram and Twitter have also added restrictions to his accounts. Now, Kanye does suffer from bipolar disorder, and his actions could be spiraling out of control due to him being unwell. However, it's really hard to be compassionate towards someone who's spewing so much hate when they still have the knowledge of how hurtful these words may be. However, it's clear Kanye is struggling with something, and it's really sad to see his career fall like this. And number 8, we have Billy Ray Cyrus. People have been excusing Billy Ray Cyrus for his new fiancée, Fire Rose. The couple first met on the set of Hannah Montana over a decade ago when the star was 13 years old. The two started getting close to another while they were making music together, and when Fire Rose posted a picture of her and Billy Ray Cyrus, fans were quick to point out that the star was clearly being, and the couple was using a lot of Facetune to cover up the fact of their enormous age gap. Which added even more fuel to the grooming issue is that Miley Cyrus has been completely strained by the relationship, and the once close duo are no longer communicating with each other any longer. At number 7, we have the Burning Man Festival. Now, if you've ever been to the Burning Man Festival, you know that attendees pretty much have to fend for themselves, as they are required to bring their own food and water into the middle of the desert while participating in the festival activities. With there being no food trucks or shops at the festival, once you run out, it forces festival goers to fend for themselves and rely on a trading program with other attendees. So with Cara being unable to shower and the fact she probably barely ate anything while attending the festival, it came to no surprise to many that she would look completely destroyed in a parking lot after attending the festival. However, after a series of public episodes, Cara's friends and fans have reportedly started to worry about the star's mental health in recent weeks, as her behavior and fallout with friends led to her weekend of partying at the festival, and many were feeling guilty that they weren't there for the star when she needed it the most. At number 6, we have when she missed New York Fashion Week. When Cara missed New York Fashion Week, even fans started to worry about Cara's recently odd behavior. Cara recently collaborated with German designer Karl Lagerfeld to produce a collection of genderless clothing and accessories. With the two working hard to produce the collection for the last few years, Cara would highlight that the two were very proud of what they created and how they created it. Now, the line launched globally on September 8th, and the capsule of the launch took place at New York Fashion Week, and the only thing missing at the launch was Cara. Now, her absence would cause more to worry among her fans and family, and it then would cause some to start pointing out some of the model's pretty odd decisions over the last couple of months. It's hard to say why Cara would miss an event for something she planned so hard for quite some time now. However, it definitely is concerning that she didn't show up to support the line or her friend. At number 5, we have fidgets excessively live on Kelly and Ryan's show. Now, if you watched Cara's appearance on Live with Kelly and Ryan back in July, then you know Cara's excessive fidgeting was definitely concerning to watch. The 29-year-old model during the show was unable to stop rubbing her hands together as she spoke to the two hosts, Kelly and Ryan. At one point, Cara even noticed she was unable to stop fidgeting with her hands, and Cara could be seen looking at her hands, clasping them together in an effort to stop moving them. While the actress and model looks stunning in her cream-colored outfit, her strange behavior definitely overshadowed her talk show appearance. Now, her appearance also came just days after she was spotted acting strangely in a parking lot upon returning back from the Burning Man Festival. So at the time, she could have been still coming down from the festival, but it's hard to say what's really going on with the model, as she hasn't addressed it herself. At number 4, prude realization. So Cara has recently come out to say say she was shocked to discover she was more prudish than she previously believed she was, after receiving some pretty ridiculous requests for her upcoming appearance in a docu-series. The model has revealed that when she walked in, she got the impression that she would be in a classroom and that she would have been given a notepad. However, when she arrived, all that was there was a pink leather exercise mat and 6 people telling her to take her clothes off. And the model wasn't exactly comfortable with this. The statement also comes after the star walked her first red carpet in weeks after a series of disturbing public appearances that left many to worry about the star's mental health. The star then went on to say she was surprised to learn she was prude because she always liked to think of herself as trendy, calm, and an open-minded person. At number 3, we have Travis Scott. Now, Travis Scott is known for causing some pretty outrageous, raging incidents when he invites his crowds at concerts into mosh pits, crowd surfing, stage diving, and other wild behaviors. All of his shows teeter on the edge of mayhem, and Travis' behavior has left him with a handful of lawsuits, and he's also been arrested twice on public disorder charges related to the ties of his concerts in 2015 and 2017. The rapper consistently encourages his fans to ignore security measures and rush the stage at large events. Astroworld became a real fatal event that caused some major lawsuits that we're most likely not going to see resolved anytime soon. Travis needs to find a way to feed off the crowd's energy while making sure everything is safe so everybody can enjoy the process and feel comfortable attending the shows. And number 2, we have Kim Kardashian. Lately, Kim Kardashian has been sending a damaging message to her young fans with her shrinking frame. Kim's comments about her diet under the pretense of clean eating to shed a few pounds definitely has only increased the pressure of young women to have to feel skinny to feel and look good. When Kim had 3 weeks to fit into a dress for Met Gala, the star pretty much starved herself and did everything she could to make sure the dress fit. However, her comments about crash dieting have represented a dangerous trend to come back into fashion. With eating disorders in younger generations becoming increasingly more prevalent, Kim shouldn't be encouraging her fans dangerous weight loss techniques, and she should be showing how important food is to our bodies. And at number 1 today, we have Drake. Following a stunt of fake promotions with Drake and 21 Savage recent album, Her Loss, Drake's behavior on the album has definitely caused a stir on social media, and not for the right reasons. Since the album's release on Friday, Drake has been receiving a lot of backlash over the song Circo Loco. The controversy stems from the track's opening verse, where he seems to reference an incident that occurred between Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez back in 2020. The lyrics have definitely ignited a debate about Drake's intentions and who he really is after the lyrics have prompted a response from fans and entertainment figures such as Megan. It's clear that Drake tried to gain some clout by sneak dissing Megan, and none of us were here for it. I definitely expected more to come from this Canadian star, but it seems like this once humble side he had has faded away, and he's starting to become someone we no longer recognize today. At number 10, we have Aaron Carter. It's clear that America doesn't care if you're famous, and it's pretty sad. Aaron Carter is responsible for most of the iconic 2000 hits. However, Aaron's life has exemplified how a sensational teenage pop star can fall from grace into the pits of substance addiction and mental illness, and no one would even notice. Aaron, over the last couple of years, has been suffering from eating disorders, addiction, schizophrenia, multiple personality disorders, and acute anxiety. When Aaron was crying for help, all doctors did was prescribe him with a number of prescription medications, and his brother and sister would even go to file restraining orders against him after he started to spiral out of control. Aaron would even act so manically that he took to his Twitter account to say, "If you're reading this, it's too late. All I ask for my family is to leave me alone. This is blood, not love. I will never be around you, and I don't want to be around you." Aaron was crying for help, and we all refused to notice before it was too late. At number 9, we have Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato has admitted her song Skyscraper was a cry for help, and none of us really noticed. When the star was 19 years old, she was admitted to rehab for 3 months and received treatment for an eating disorder and self-punishment. Demi said that the song was really difficult for her to record as it was a cry for help, and it wouldn't be the last time the star would use her music to tell us she needed help. In 2020, Demi Lovato's Grammy performance was no doubt an emotional one, and her track Anyone revealed that the star was crying for help. Demi has even admitted that when she listened to the track back, she couldn't believe how nobody listened to the song and thought, let's get this girl some help. Even though Demi has disclosed that she recorded the song when she thought she was in a good state of mind, she definitely wasn't, and none of us even noticed. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, we have Britney Spears. Before we knew how bad Britney was suffering due to her 13 years under the hands of her father's control, none of us even took the time to realize that the star was suffering. From shaving her head to playing dress up with food in a restaurant, the star clearly gave us a ton of hints that she wasn't doing okay. Back in 2021, when New York Times and FX documentary released Framing Britney, Britney would tell the world how she felt about the documentary by posting a video of herself performing Toxic. The star would then go on to say in a caption, each person has their own story and their own take on people's stories. We all have different, bright, beautiful lives, but remember, no matter what we think about how a person's life is, it's nothing compared to the actual person living behind the lens. A lot of Britney's outbursts when she was younger have shown us that there was something deeply concerning going on with the star, but instead of taking it seriously, people decided to take it as a joke as they thought the star was just off her rocker. And number 7, Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller has come out to apologize for a long list of bizarre and often very aggressive behavior. Many of the allegations have accused the actor of forming a cult and brainwashing. In the star's apology, he did try to blame his troubles on his mental health, and he said he was going under treatment to get help. However, a string of strange tales that start with Ezra breaking into a house to steal bottles to a restraining order shows that the star's behavior is clearly concerning, and the fact that Warner Brothers Studios has chose to stand by the star and continue to film with him is even more concerning and upsetting to many. Now, while his actions could be driven by some type of mental breakdown to release pressure, the accusations have been outrageous, and handing him bigger roles isn't going to curb the problem, and we're just gonna see the stars spiral more out of control from here on out. And number 6, Will Smith. There definitely wasn't any honor in Will Smith's actions and behavior at the 2022 Oscar ceremony. We all have had the chance to gather our own thoughts since watching the incident occur between Chris Rock and Will Smith, and many have worried that Will has been heading towards a mental breakdown, especially since his wife has been coming out with dominating headlines saying she never really wanted to marry Will during her Red Table talk show. Now, there's definitely been a lot of red flags to Will's behavior that we should have noticed for years, with his insecurities and fragile ego. Since the incident, Will has been reportedly getting himself into therapy, and he's issued an apology to Chris Rock. Chris has denied the apology for now. However, after time, we may see this duo become great friends later on in their careers after they both forgive and move on from this embarrassing situation. And number 5, Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish has been Hollywood since the beginning of her career. However, her new relationship with Jesse Rutherford has definitely been the center of a huge dating speculation that sparked some concern among fans, after the two were spotted hanging out on 2 different occasions, and the idea of these two dating hasn't exactly settled well to any of us due to the two's 11-year age gap. Now, this wouldn't be the first time that Billie's been involved with someone a decade older than her. However, Jesse has known Billie since she was 15 years old, which makes their relationship pretty questionable in this situation. Now, neither have yet to publicly confirm their relationship, and with all the criticism surrounding the internet, we probably won't see one until the situation settles down a little more. And number 4, we have Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez's recent behavior has caused a fallout between her and her former best friend and kidney donor, with the rift spilling out all over social media this weekend. In Selena's new documentary, My Mind and Me, she detailed her health struggles but gave no mention of her best friend. Now, the two have unfollowed each other on Instagram following the release of the documentary, and her best friend was so irked by Selena's quote about Taylor Swift that she even branded it as interesting in the comments below. Selena went on to say, I never fit in with the cool groups of girls that were celebrities. My only friend in the industry was really Taylor Swift. Now, that one definitely had to hurt, and if I was Selena's best friend at the time, I would have definitely dumped her as well. So how do you feel about this situation? And let me know in the comments below. And number 3, we have Lil Peep. In late 2016 and early 2017, Lil Peep seemed to be very depressed, and his moods really reflected on his Twitter page. The rapper would go on to tweet things like, enjoy me while I'm still here, and Lil Peep might not wake up tomorrow. When Lil Peep passed, it was released that the star was under the influence of many substances that led to his passing. His substance use and battle with depression and anxiety simply caused his life to spiral out of control. While the star was clearly calling out for help, none of us truly took the time to realize before it was too late. Lil Peep's mother has even alleged that Lil Peep told his management team that the tour was making him ill, and they ignored his cries for help and pushed her son onto the stage after stage and city after city, which led to his use of substances along the way. And number 2, we have Juice Wrld. Juice Wrld's music has sent a message message to the world, and it's been a sense of release for those struggling under the weight of their own mental illnesses. Juice WRLD has been battling a lot of demons since he was in 6th grade, and the star would try to break free from substances. However, heartbreak, depression, and anxiety seemed to cause him to relapse. It wasn't until he met his girlfriend Allie that he truly began to feel in control of his life. Just days after his passing, fans would notice some pretty chilling details in his music. Where we once believed his music was a confession of his struggles, however, it was actually a cry for help and none of us realized. Especially in his song Wishing Well, the rapper went on to state, "I cry for help, do they listen? I'ma be alone until it's finished." As we all thought the star was getting better, his song Fighting Demons would state that even though he got rich, it never made him happy. However, even while Juice WRLD has been struggling, and his desire to save those who relied on him through his music has definitely lived on, and he's definitely helped a ton of fans get through a tough time. At number 1 today, we have Mac Miller. When Mac Miller passed away just at the age of 26, he left behind a huge confession through his music that detailed his struggle with mental health and substance abuse. Mac broke out into the scene when he was just a teenager. However, his life quickly took a dark turn when he started staying inside, developed insomnia, and became a workaholic. When looking at the breadcrumbs Mac left behind in his songs, you can see that Mac was pretty open about his substance abuse and his lifetime of struggles he faced. In Mac's song Self-Care, Mac raps about how he's been losing his mind and it must be nice to be above the lights. The star was using his music to beg for help, and again, no one paid attention. And it's honestly really sad to see that the industry really refuses to help celebrities when they need it most, and while stars are spiraling out of control, they use it to profit off of them instead. At number 10, we have her friendship with Amber Heard. A lot of Cara's recent behavior has been linked back to when she started hanging out with Amber Heard. After being romantically involved with Amber Heard, it's been said that the two were organizing Hollywood swingers parties that exposed Cara to the lifestyle filled with alcohol and substances that are initially behind the model's downward spiral. Now, it hasn't been said how involved Cara was into planning these parties, however, she has been pictured attending them. It's also been said that recently Cara went to ask Amber for help and the star turned her away. This also made fans speculate that Cara may still have had feelings for Amber and that their falling out triggered her recent fall. At number 9, we have the LA airport. Now, Cara's most recent behavior has not only had fans concerned, however, her family and friends are as well. Back in early September, it was reported that Cara showed up 2 hours late for a flight on Jay-Z's private plane. However, plans were obviously changed as Cara and her dog deboarded the plane after about 45 minutes of being on board. Now, no one has confirmed if Cara was kicked off the plane or if she left voluntarily. However, she was pictured really jittery on the tarmac and was seen dropping her phone several times while speaking on it. After a member of Cara's entourage spoke to airport staff, the model's bags were removed from the plane and placed back into the SUV she arrived in, and then she got into the SUV herself before being pictured dangling her feet out the window while her driver drove off. And at number 8, we have the Met Ball. Every first Monday in May every year, some of the world's biggest A-listers get invited to attend the Met Gala. Cara was invited this year and left a lot of fans feeling concerned about her health and safety. This year's dress code was gilded glamour. Now, Cara looks stunning in her gold torso and red fitted pants. However, a video of Cara attending the event would soon take over the internet following the event, and in a clip you can see Cara posing for cameras in her outfit. However, while she was posing, she appeared to be shaking and twitching strangely. As the model turned to walk away, you could also see her back moving oddly. Now, this would leave fans incredibly concerned about Cara's health. With one fan noticing Cara's absence after the gala, she took to Twitter to say, "Have we heard anything about Cara Delevigne shaking at the Met Gala? I'm concerned." After the event, Cara would kick off a number of different odd behaviors that would send friends and family into a frenzy to try to get the star some help. At number 6, we have Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan portrayed some pretty outrageous behavior back in the day. From being under the influence to stealing a $2,500 necklace from a jewelry store, having wedding rampages, and even the time she abducted 3 men. The star's actions clearly show she was going through something that none of us could understand. Society forced Lindsay to be a perfect girl, and it's clear she wanted to rebel to show that she wasn't this perfect girl everybody wanted her to be. With a bad relationship stemming from her father and her brain being impaired, it was only time before we saw the star spiral out of control. Lindsay was clearly unhappy with her life and thought the media attention would make her feel good. However, she took things way too far. Luckily for Lindsay, she did seem to get the help she needs and she seems to be back on track with her career. And number 5, we have Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes' bizarre behavior was a desperate cry for help, and even her family noticed. Amanda's bizarre behavior caused major concerns after she had a couple of relapses, driving incidents, and bizarre tweets that involved her huge crush on Drake and distaste for the media. After Amanda's parents found themselves in a powerless situation as they had no legal options to get their daughter help, Amanda would then cut off her parents and move all the way to New York City just to escape her parents so they couldn't keep tabs on her. Now, Amanda has since cleaned up her act and has shown us a glimpse of her life as she's currently training to become a nail technician. The star has also stated she doesn't have any desire to return to acting anytime soon. However, she has said it would be fun to reprise her role as Holly Tyler on the sitcom What I Like About You. However, it is great to see the star is doing well again because she definitely deserves it. And number 4, we have Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen wishes more people would have seen his bizarre behavior back in the day as a cry for help and got him the help he needed. When the actor went on a series of profanity-laced rants, the filming for 2.5 Men would be suspended and Charlie would undergo treatments for addictions following a relapse. Days later, Charlie would be fired from the production as Warner Brothers stated in a legal letter that the star engaged in a dangerous, self-destructive way and appeared to be ill. Charlie has definitely had a lot of time since to reflect on his behavior and regrets everything about it. With 2 divorces, stress, mental breakdowns, the star turned to substances to show us that he was crying for help. And while some companies took notice of this, no one actually did anything to help him, and that's even more concerning. At number 3, we have breaking social media silence. After sparking her concern with her recently disturbing behavior, Cara's family reportedly set to hold an intervention for the star. However, Cara broke her silence when she proudly wished her friend and designer a happy birthday. She also would say that the collection Cara Loves Carl was now available and how she was incredibly proud of it. The model then went on to note that the New York Fashion Week event looked amazing and asked Carl to tag her in all of his Times Square pictures. Cara was set to be at the event, however, many noticed she skipped out after a series of events sparked that the star had displayed some pretty odd behavior and needed help. Number 2, trolling Megan Thee Stallion on the red carpet. Remember back in May when Cara took it upon herself to erratically interrupt Megan Thee Stallion's red carpet moment at the Billboard Music Awards? Well, essentially the actor was caught on video peeking around a gator board and yelling at Megan while she posed for red carpet photos at the event. A few seconds later, Cara would then decide to put her bag down and jump into the frame while grabbing the train of Megan's dress and posing with her for photographs. Now, this behavior just came after Cara showed strange behavior prior at the Met Ball when she was captured appearing to be twitching and shaking when walking the red carpet. Now, Cara did later address the viral photos during an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. The model then joked that she was working as her personal assistant before telling Fallon that she was actually in Las Vegas with friends and really wanted to see Megan perform, so she asked her to come along with her. Ultimately, the model said she was just trying to live her best life and that she had no shame that the people found her behavior odd. At number 1, we have the intervention. Now, Cara's friends and family have grown so concerned for Cara's health and safety that they are desperate to get the star into rehab so she can get the help she needs. TMZ reported that sources have said that the model's friends are worried that the star is struggling with a combination of mental health and substance abuses. With Margot Robbie recently being pictured leaving the model's Los Angeles home looking distressed and wiping tears away from her face, TMZ has reported she was distraught over what she allegedly saw in her friend's home. Cara has not confessed she is battling addiction. However, in the past, the star has confessed to dabbling with things in the past. With all of Cara's odd behaviors hitting headlines lately, a close friend told Sun that a couple of friends are looking about staging some kind of intervention to make sure Cara can get the help she needs, and one friend has even begged the star to go to rehab after having enough with her erratic ways. Friends are desperately trying to get Cara to understand it's not too late for her to get help and that rehab would help get her back on track. However, Cara continues to think there isn't a problem and she doesn't know why her friends are going on about Cara continues to think that this isn't a problem and she doesn't know what her friends are going on about.